It's summertime in Australia, so I took my friend and my gold pan to the creek, in the vain hope that I would find good gold before I died of dehydration.
I know we're getting good gold up there, but I really want to check in behind this log. Might be the log of gold.
It was the log of gold, but our story doesn't start here, it starts several hours earlier.
So, see gold already.
Oh, don't you worry, mate, don't you worry. Some gold. Jesus H. Christ, it's hot in Texas today. Party! Minable!
Gadsy, why is it 6 million degrees?
It's called summer in Australia.
Mr. Rodney, look at that. We have the best subscribers in the whole world. This is a handmade knife that I'm sure the communist Australian government's going to limit so it's not automatic. This thing's wicked. I am definitely going to make something with this and then stick it up on the old moldy. But for now, to the creek. One of the best things about being a prospector here in Australia, living on the goldfields, is that we get to explore new areas all the time. However, today we've come back to an area we haven't been to in about 12 months. The last time we were here, we used the sluice box and we got a lot of gold. But since then, we've had a bunch of floods and we want to know if it's restocked or if there's any new deposits. And don't worry, I'm wearing my Australian safety boots. They keep the snakes away. The grip on Australian safety boots is second to none. There's one major advantage of using thongs in the bush, and that is that your feet stay really cool. And that's it. That's the only advantage. Everything else is dangerous. Ah! Ow! Hey! Normally I start most of my videos searching for a gold deposit, but today I've already done that. I'm going to take you straight to it, and it is bloody good. While we walk over there, it gives me an opportunity to explain what's going on here. Any wide, shallow river or creek system like this with slow moving water is going to build up a lot of sediment. We have a lot of sand here. The first thing you want to know, how deep is the bedrock or a clay layer? Because they're the only two things that are going to stop the gold in an area like this. If it's too deep, it's not worth testing this area here. The second thing is anomalies. If you look around here, there's no features. The only thing that stands out are the rocks over there. Anywhere you see an anomaly amongst sandbars like this is where gold will hide. These banks have gravel shedding out of them. And that was my first indicator that there might be something here. And lordy lordy, once I found the right bunch of rocks, there was something there. This sand just here is almost always worthless. You might get a little bit of flood gold in it, but there's not going to be any long-term deposits. There's simply just not enough friction to slow the gold down. Kind of wade all the way out there. Whereas what caught my eye was this gravel shedding out of the bank here. If there's gravel, it means that at one point there was a river course running there, and anywhere there was a river course, there could be gold. These banks here are going between 2 and 5 specks per pan. The sand is going 0. Jazzy, do you want to see the gold?
Yeah, I do want to see the gold. Show me the gold.
Come here, my boy. Come here. You're going to love this. I promise you. I was explaining to the viewer, all of this area is sand.
Viewer.
Just one.
Yeah.
I only got one viewer. He watches my videos a lot. All of this is sand. Yeah. So what you look for is anomalies.
Yeah, that's an anomaly.
This is an anomaly. I put my shovel in right here.
That's good.
Yeah. You wait till you see the gold. And it wraps right around the corner.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I'm getting gold around the corner.
How much? 10? Ah, that's all right. 10 is okay, Senor Sweatius Pansis, but I told you, blood sacrifices are required. And given that I'm wearing creek shoes at the moment, I'm opening myself up to leeches, so it's my blood sacrifice. That's right. Leechius Pansius. I almost want to get your reaction more than I want to show the viewers the gold straight off the bat.
I can see gold already.
Oh, don't you worry, mate. Don't you worry.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. Heaps of specks. The pen I got before this was even better. The rocks are what gave this deposit away. Anywhere there was going to be a change in velocity that allowed rocks to settle out was going to settle out gold, and boy did it settle out some gold. We've probably got more than 100 specks of pan. It's mixed in with the black sand there. It is going to be a hot day today. It's over 35 degrees Celsius. and the UV index is quite high, but I am willing to suffer for my art today. And it might be a hot day, but it's going to be a good day. I can't stick a GoPro on my head while I'm wearing a hat, so I have to go back to the old schmorg look. That's okay. If it works for everyone else in the world, it works for this Australian. Is that Jasper? Yep. That is one big old hunk of Jasper. It's not a very good bit, but damn. There's a little bit around the corner. We're getting about 20. The main deposit seems to be up in these gravels, so we're going to try a little bit lower. See what happens. Oh, I've got to get these up out of my face. Tie them up like Nonna, I guess. Here we go. Alright, this one didn't have as much black sand in it. It is from lower. Question is the gold still okay? It's better than everywhere else. There's about 20 there. We're only a couple pans in. I just wish that sun would dip below the trees because it is spicy. Whew. All right. Obviously I'm going to work this entire area, but I'm thinking my pay streak is sitting up quite a bit higher. I'll just roll these big rocks out of the way. I keep taking gravel from this upper bench. You know it's hot when your water in the boots, your creek shoes, warms up just from standing out for a couple of minutes. I should mention too, any agates, crystals, things like that I find go straight up on the Old Mouldy, my new website, if you would like to buy them and have a little bit of Reedy Creek history yourself. Already got gold at the back of the pad. Gold. Okay, black sand, not as good. No. Oh, we got good gold, but not as good as the first pans. When you go from getting gold that's 100 specks a pan down to a pan where you're getting maybe 30, I mean, still good little bits, but not nearly as plentiful, and you've gone deeper, it means it's all flood gold sitting on the surface. So I'm just going to surface this area and I should get all of it. There seems to be gold smattered all over this spot. Where my snuffer bottle is and where my shovel is roughly the line of where the pay streak runs. As soon as I start dipping down the bank and going around this corner, the gold significantly drops off from like 100 down to 10 or 20 speck. The real question is, did we manage to recover any kind of gold? Yes! Yes we did. It's still pretty damn good. Oh yeah. I know we're getting good gold up there, but I really want to check in behind this log. Like all this looks super jammed in. Looks like a perfect little concentrator. Might be the log of gold. Not as much black sand, so maybe not. It literally might all just be in a line up on that bank. In my world, it makes sense that the gold would be there. But my world is not the gold god's world, and they decided to put the gold wherever they choose, and therefore we got barely anything. About 10 little flakies. What feeds Reedy Creek is glacial till and conglomerate either side of the creek. The floods that we've had recently uncovered a brand new area, and this looks amazing. There's no guarantee there's going to be gold there, but we got to go check.
Yeah. It's glacial till. It's usually good.
On the road again. Gotta pack my gear and go on the road again. And I mean, if there's no gold there, we'll just come back, right?
This very well may strike some people as being quite odd. I'm on OK Gold, there is a pay streak there, and I'm choosing to leave it behind and move to new pastures. And the reason I do that is because I know what Reedy Creek is capable of. We're looking for those magic pans.
Someone's had a fair old crack at this spot. Look at that. Wow. Hope you got some gold. Into the unknown. Following Gadsy Grills. Go on the other side of the creek, he says. It'll be fine, he says.
Well, it's a bit dense.
Survival Season 2. He thought it was a good idea. Yeah. But then he was like, nope.
Don't listen to my
go back to the creek. My ideas are not right. This is the question of like, how deep is this going to be? Not very, that's good. Oh, look at these big boulders in the middle of the creek.
Yeah, I haven't tested there yet.
You haven't?
No.
Well, we're doing that. Hang on. Anywhere there's big boulders like this, especially in a narrow channel. Oh yeah, that looks alright, doesn't it? No clay, but it's hard packed gravel. Proof is in the pudding. Oh my god. Well, black sand doesn't mean nothing though, because you can have high concentrations of black sand and no gold. Yeah, if it's all the same size, it's no. I can see gold already.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's only fine. The gold. Far out, that's thick. It's all very similar size though.
Yeah, it's ultra fine.
The gold's there, but it's super tiny. It'd be great high banking stuff, but that's not really worth chasing. This whole area is going to be worth checking again and again, because there's going to be some real decent little spots in here. Oh, we're getting to testicle depth here. Yeah. All of this is brand new erosion. You see the newly exposed tree roots there. This is that ancient till that they were driving their mines through to get to the river gravels on the bottom. So even if there's no gold locked up in those soils, there's a really, really good chance that these boulders have caused enough friction to drop gold out. This looks unreal, man. Yeah. Spots like this are truly spectacular for a number of reasons, and it's super easy to get distracted by the obvious. Clearly, we had enough water velocity and volume to strip solid conglomerate apart. The chances there being really good gold on this side are minimal. You will certainly get gold deposits behind big rocks that haven't moved like this. So this gravel probably has a few flakes of gold in it. But I'm not interested in that. What I'm truly interested in is finding a good deposit. This looks like bedrock until you pay close attention to it. And you can see that this is a boulder here. And then we've got clay cementing it into the actual bedrock down here. And all these boulders are still cemented into it, but they're oozing out of the bank. We're not interested in this as much as what we're interested in is the boulders on the edge of the stream here, because this is going to cause all your friction. Where Gabsy's standing, all that really big cobble is as well, that would be a perfect place to check. I found a good gold deposit earlier. There might be something great around here too. I'm going to rehydrate after urinating for what feels like a million years with a Dare Ice coffee, because even though they won't sponsor me, caffeine is a beautiful thing. I took a test pan out of there and got 10. I took a test pan from up there and I got 10. That means this side isn't concentrating gold outside of pockets. Utilizing what we did upstream, looking at the wide flat section, we're looking for anomalies. The anomaly in this situation is that on this side we have big boulders but no gravel. So we look for gravel, and it's right here, which makes sense because this is an inside bend. Now I've done a couple of test pans already, and what I've worked out is that the gold's starting to drop out at about this point here. I've already sucked the gold out of this pan, but that is some of the black sand that I was getting out of it. I'm gonna try right here. Oh yeah, that's what we want. So this is what we call high velocity quartz. Super rounded, smooth quartz. Quartz has a very, very hard surface. And what that means is for it to be worn smooth like that, was the only way for it to do that is to have a lot of water running over the top of it. And this creek today doesn't have enough water to do that to quartz. This is more modern quartz, angular, square. So when we find high velocity quartz, it means we're in the ancient river gravels, and there is a big deposit of it here. And this stuff looks amazing. That is a piece of tourmaline just sitting there. Look at the size of that monka. I've only done half the pan. We've got good black sand and pieces of gold coming out already. That's what I want to see. We've got a mixture of black sand particle sizes. The smaller stuff, the smaller black sand, even if you get a lot of it, doesn't generally hold gold. It's when you get a mixture of the big pieces and the small pieces that you get it. I definitely found it.
Yeah?
Yeah, you? Ooh, damn, okay, you might be on something a bit better than me. That's real good, bro. Far out.
Only a little pocket, but
There'll be more there.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm just tracing it, but I got a good pan last pan.
that's sand.
Yeah. Doing this one-handed. Ooh. There, a little sapphire. Look at that. Hey! Oh, I was going to swear then. Hell yeah, little sapphire. I certainly thought this was going to be better than it turned out to be. We got one nice flake there, and only really maybe a dozen small pieces of fly poo. Bugger! If gold prospecting was easy, everyone would be doing it. Well, at least everyone would be doing it well. The big rocks in the creek indicate the pay streak usually. So I just took a pan a little bit further along amongst those big rocks. And lo and behold, there the gold was. I think this spot's got potential. It's definitely got some size about it. That's the main thing. It's not like the first one where I worked it and it was just a little pocket of a couple of good pans and then nothing. Mind you, Gadsy looks like he's on a bloody good spot too.
I've only got a bonanza pocket.
Should have brought my classifier. Made this a little bit easier. I wasn't expecting to work a pocket of high velocity quartz today. Oh yeah, we got black sand all over that and it's coarse. You're probably not going to be able to make it out on the GoPro, but there is a bunch of fine gold starting to accumulate in the corners. That is a great sign. Oh yeah, let me tap that up. Even though we didn't really get a mixture of black sands, there's a few coarse chunky bits, but most of it's fine. We got about the same amount of gold. So that's good. I mean, this is a decent little deposit, especially if we had a high banker here. There's gold all over this, but I know the best gold seems to be in amongst these really big rocks. So let's move these couple of little mini boulders here and get the pay dirt from underneath them. Yeet. Oh, it is real gravelly and rocky ground. It's hard to get your shovel in. Oh, that's the ticket. Hey, glass. Yeah, more of that old timers glass. I don't know, you never know. Some pans have been great, some pans have been freaking terrible. Still, coarse black sand. Yeah, not too bad at all. I know what Reedy Creek is capable of giving me. It's capable of giving me 1,000+ spec pans. This particular spot is good, consistent gold. High banking, river sluicing, it would add up. But I want better than what I have been getting. First of all, this is a nice chunk of tourmaline. That's wicked. But I used less dirt in my pan and I got more gold. And that was coming out of this fast water here. My thought is, maybe I'll move one of these boulders. I reckon that's where we're going to see decent gold. I got that out of here, and gold tends to drop out as it approaches an obstruction, around the obstruction, and after it. So, I got gold there. Let's go on the edge between the two obstructions. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, we've got clay here. Oh, yeah, we do. We've got clay and ironstone from what I can see. I actually wonder what would happen if I flipped this rock out of the way. I realised I could come over here to a boulder. Oh, I'd have a seat. There is a lot of very dark stained rock in here. Usually a great indicator for heavier material. So iron dense, iron rich pieces of rock. I'm not seeing that much tin, which is Reedy Creek's primary heavy. We've got one piece of tourmaline in there. Really? Oh, we got gold. Not as good as the last pan though. Both Gadsy and I are well and truly done. It has been an incredibly hot, humid, sunny, brutal day on the creek.
I'm sweaty.
So sweaty. I'm not even wearing sweatpants and I'm sweaty. He'd be drowning. The ball sweat in that man's pants right now must be unbelievable.
You think that is wetness from the creek? No, that's my sweat.
And so for all of those reasons, and I need a nap, we're going home.
Welcome to the old but renewed workshop. Let me show you around. Since I've launched my new website, I've started to get into doing a lot of the things that I've always wanted to do and purchasing the bare bones basic entry level equipment to do it.
Things like a rock saw, and a little sander, and a big sander.
And I'm doing that because I live in one of the luckiest places on earth where we have not only abundant gold, but also crystals, gemstones, agates, thunder eggs. We've got almost everything except for fossils, which would be cool, but I mean, hey, we got everything else. And the reason I bring that up is because of this. This is all the little crystals and gemstones that I found on my session on the creek with Gadsy. These two beautiful pieces here are bits of tourmaline. This is a giant tin crystal known as cassiterite. We have another small piece of tourmaline here. That right there is the very point of an amethyst crystal, and here is that gorgeous little blue sapphire. But I know you all want to see how much gold I got out on the creek, and we can't possibly do that without a tiny gold pan. Right before we went out the gold, a little bit of housekeeping. If you're interested in winning prizes, it can cost you as little as $1 a month with no long-term commitment to jump down and check out my Patreon account, where we give away sluice boxes, pay dirt, gold pans. And if you're not interested in Patreon, please check out the Old Moldy. That's my website where I sell a whole heap of stuff, including beard combs. Right, on with the way up. Oh, that looks like a retirement line to me. I'm gonna guess 30 whole bucks. Almost enough to cover Christmas dinner. I actually got that really accurate, 0.3. At today's amazing gold prices, 0.3 is worth about 30 Australian dollars, or about as much money as it costs just to be allowed access to coals.